simply because I had no interest at all in becoming a yoga teacher when I took it a couple of years ago, and now this is all I do. And it has changed my life in a million different ways that I can't even begin to explain. But if you're interested in having that conversation, let's have it. Get at me after class. Let's get started. A wild child's pose. Take your knees super wide, toes come to touch. Let your chest fall toward the floor so you can really start to get integrated here. So let whatever's touching the floor press down the tops of your feet, your hands, your shins, and use the heels of your hands here to press your hips back. So they're really reaching for your heels. Just placing a few assisting cards at the tops of the mat here. This just lets me know if you're interested in hands-on assists. And feel free, please, to change that from yes to no to yes as many times as you want throughout class. Start to build your breath here. You know what you're in for. Tonight's an Ignite class, so ignite your breath right away. Fill up completely. Notice the pause that creates at the top at empty, and then empty completely. Notice the pause that creates. Add in that little bit of constriction to the back of your throat. So you're creating that sound on your exhale like the ocean waves or like you're fogging up a mirror. Create the volume in such a way that you can hear it as something that's going to keep reminding you to come back to the present moment. On your next exhale, downward facing dog, press your hips up and back. Get as long as you can. Press the heels of your hands into the floor. Go ahead and bend the knees one and then the other. Stretch the toes. Shake your hips side to side. Yeah, whatever you got to do to get ready to move. Take a full breath in here. Lift your heels to the ceiling. Exhale, bring them back down toward the floor. 2 more like that. Fill up, lift up. Empty out to fall. Last one. Fill up, lift up. Move to the front of your mat on empty. Ragdoll, pull the pit of your belly in and up. Get acquainted with your feet here. Really wake them up. Press your heels into the floor, your big toe mounds into the floor. Lift and spread your toes. And on your next inhale, rise all the way to extended mountain. Reach up, look up. Drishti set to one spot. Hands at heart center. You choose here how you're approaching your next 60 minutes. I am, fill in the blank. For the next 60 minutes, we're just going to be that thing and make some weird shapes with our bodies. 1 Om to begin. Breath in. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga on your exhale. Step or hop back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Take a breath in. Empty it out. 2 more like that. Fill up. Press your hips back. Last one. Lift. Bend your knees and hover. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Press down through your feet. Lift and spread the toes. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Step or hop back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now here we'll add in those few extra pieces. Inhale and exhale. Fill up and empty. Last time. Inhale. Blow it out. Feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Reach up, look up. Fold. Step back this time to your high plank. Right knee taps. Left knee taps. low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Yeah, we're creating the heat from within. And empty. Last one, fill up. Empty completely. Step or jump. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift. Step back to your high plank. Right knee taps right elbow. Left knee taps left elbow. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. 2 more, fill and empty. Last one in. Prepare to move. Step or jump. Nice. Half lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift. Step back to high plank. Right knee taps. Left knee taps. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. 1 more, fill up and empty. Feet to your hands, halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose, sit low, reach high, drishti up. Hands to heart center, twist to your right. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, chair. Hands to heart center, twist to the left. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale to chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Step back. Right knee taps. Left knee taps. Low plank. Up dog. Yeah, I messed up there, so we'll just flow with it. Right foot forward, warrior one. Reach all the way up on your inhale. Chaturanga on your exhale. This time, chaturanga. Yeah, flow through. Up dog. Down dog. Left side. Step and reach. Inhale all the way to the top. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths in and out. Last one in. Empty. Feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Hands to heart center. Twist to your right. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, chair. Hands to heart center. Twist left. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Step back to your high plank. Right knee taps. Left knee taps. Low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one. Take your gaze between your fingers. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing. Down dog. Left side with your breath. Inhale to rise. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Nice. 1 more in. Exhale completely. Last sun B. Feet to hands. Half lift. Fold. Chair pose. Twist to your right. Inhale, open. Twist. Chair pose. Twist to the left. Inhale, open. Twist. Inhale, chair. Fold. Half lift. Step back to high plank. Right knee. Left knee. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step it through on the pause. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing. Down dog. Left side. Pressure big toe mounds down. Chaturanga on your exhale. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Sigh out the extra heat. Lift your right leg up behind you. Press it back. Get all the length you can here, right here between your fingers and your foot. Bend your knee, open up, stay or flip. Press your heels down into the floor. Nice. And maybe even look for those feet at parallel. Take the wheel if it's there for you. One more breath in. Both hands down, side plank on your right. Separate your heels here if they're together. Toes can stay. Just separate the heels so you're lifting up the heel a little higher than the toes. If you're taking your foot up, do the same thing. Lift your heel a little higher than your toes. You're going to turn on the glute med on the outside of your hip. Do you feel it? Nice. One more breath in. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Let it go. Lift your left leg up behind you. Create that space here from your armpit all the way back. Bend your knee, open up. Lift your knee as high as it can go toward the ceiling, and then start to flip over. Nice. Press the feet down. If you're going for the wheel here, squeeze your knees in together. That's going to open up the back side of the pelvis. Nice. Take another breath in. Both hands down, side plank on your left. Left arm down, or right arm down, left arm down. Yeah, you're just at a different place than I am. Press through both hands. Can you reach through all 5 fingertips on both hands? If that top leg's going to lift, go ahead, take it up. Lift your heel higher than the toes. One more breath. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Let it go. Lift your right leg up behind you. Press it back like there's a wall behind you that you want to kick down. On your exhale, bring it in knee to nose. Hover your shoulders over your wrists. Send it back. Knee to nose. Squeeze it in as far as you can towards your chin. Send it back. Knee to nose. Squeeze in. Crescent lunge right side. Set up your back foot as strong here. So we want the balls of the foot or the balls of your foot on the floor. So press your big toe mound down and the baby toe side down. It's going to help you bring your left hip forward. Reach through your fingertips through the crown of your head. 5 knee taps on this side. Bring your left knee down toward the floor for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay at the top. Hands to heart center. Twist to your right. Keep pressing through your left leg. So your foot's pressing all the way back and your thigh is lifted up toward the ceiling. So hips are nice and level. Nice adjustments. Take another breath in. Clear it out. Crescent lunge. Let's do 5 more of those knee taps for fun. Bring it down for 1, 2. Squeeze the glutes at the top. 3, 4, 5. Open up, warrior 2. Can you stay low in the transition? Really nice. Now take up even more space. Your legs are longer than you think. Bring them forward. Yeah, and then sink down. Set your drishti to one spot here. Focus on one spot right over top of your fingertips. Nice breath. Bring it back into the pose. Let your shoulders fall down towards your hips here. Yeah, we tend to wear our shoulders like earrings in this pose. Let them drop. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Give that front leg a break. You can take the flexion out. Extended side angle. Fingertips towards your front arch. Press down through the back foot so much that you feel like it's going to launch you forward. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Take 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hops, as many as it takes with that back foot to launch yourself up into half moon. As many hops as it takes. Press through your top foot. Yeah, you can let it get messy. Absolutely. This is your yoga practice. And this is how we create new neuronal pathways in the brain, new ways to get into each pose. One more breath in. Let your back foot come back down to the mat for your extended side angle. Stay low. For your last breath here, reach both arms forward. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Press your left leg up behind you. Bring it in, knee to nose. Send it back. Knee to nose. Last time, send it back. On your exhale, knee to nose and hover. Step it forward, crescent lunge. Sink low, reach high. 5 little knee taps on this side. Bring it down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sink into your lunge, hands to heart center, twist to your left. This is the part in the vitality sequence when I'm like, oh man, we got a whole nother side to do. So see if you can bring your drishti where your mind is focused to just right here. We're just doing one pose at a time, so you don't have to think about what's ahead or what you've already accomplished. Breath in to lengthen. Breath out to twist. Inhale, come on back to crescent lunge. 5 more little knee taps. Bring it down for 1, 2. Keep your drishti on one spot. Really helps with the balance. 4 and 5. Warrior 2. Press your feet down into the mat. And then start to activate your adductors on the inside of your legs. So you might almost feel here like you could squish your mat up in the center between your feet, like you're pulling them together as well as pressing down. Find that one spot with your drishti. Add the breath back to the pose. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, reach all the way back. Extended side angle. Press through the back foot. And you know where we're going, so go ahead, get a little bouncy, press down on the outside of the foot in your toes. Take a couple hops all the way up to half moon. Let it get messy. Yeah, press through that lifted foot. The more you press, the lighter and easier it gets. Yes, nice, Brittany. Can you lift those fingertips up off the mat? I bet you can. Beautiful. One more big breath. Drop your back foot, come back down to extended side angle. Keep the pressing down. Now for your last breath, reach both arms forward like you're handing me a beach ball. Chaturanga on your exhale. Nice work. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Let it go. Yeah, you're creating all this extra heat. Sigh it out your mouth here so you can make more. Walk your feet to your hands. Halfway lift at the top of your mat and fold. Chair pose, sink low, reach high. Bring your hands down, sit down like you would if we were about to go for the twist. How low would you go? Now reach everything forward, lift your heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your heels and fold. Fingers to toes, forward fold. Peace fingers around your big toes. Point the pointy part of your elbow toward the sides of your mat so you can pull up on your toes and really lengthen your whole backside body. Let your head fall, let your shoulders drop. Release your toes. Inhale, chair pose. Sink low, reach high. We've got one more of those iron footstools, so sit down all the way. Drishti to one spot. Lift the heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold. Palms to toes, forward fold. Backs of the hands go on the mat. Step onto the palms. Bend your knees a lot. Release your toes, crow pose. Crow, goddess, tip your crow into an inversion. Whatever version of this is going to make this feel like your strongest version. So in the goddess squats, press your feet down into the floor. Heels dig into the mat. If the heels are lifted, can they start to move toward each other? Lengthen the back of your neck. Really nice. Take 2 more breaths wherever you're at. And then hop back, chaturanga. Yes, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Let it go. Feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Reach up, look up. Take eagle pose on your right. Right arm under, right leg over. Have a little seat. Yeah, and like a little seat, like a kindergartner seat. Can we sit down until we can pull the thighs in close together? Nice. Now, everyone, pull your shoulders toward your back and down toward your hips. Drishti stays at that one spot. Switch sides. Left arm under, left leg over. Have that little kindergartner chair. And then start that little tug of war with the shoulders straight back and then pull them down towards your hips. Really nice focus. Keep it for 2 more breaths. Release both feet to the floor. Inhale, extended mountain. Keep the arms lifted. Come down into chair pose. Go ahead, start to take your right foot over top of the other. So basically you're making eagle, but we're starting low. So stay as low as you can. Create the arm bind or keep reaching forward if that helps with the balance here. Now unwind your legs, send your right leg straight back for airplane. Keep the bind. Press your elbows towards your nose. Nice. Now open up full airplane to half moon. Fingertips can come down to the floor or a block. One more breath in. Both feet to the mat. Nice work. Inhale, extended mountain. Sit down into that chair. Let your left foot here get light. Cross over top of your right legs. Keep sitting low. Take the arm bind or keep reaching forward if that's helping with your balance. Unwind. Send your foot straight back. Airplane. Yeah, keep the toes here dialed down toward the floor. Now reach back, full airplane. Fingertips towards your heels. Half moon, pull the belly button in. And lift that top leg. Straighten it as much as you can for one more breath. Both feet to the floor. Standing leg raise on your right side. Grab for the knee, grab for a toe, grab for a strap. Lots of choices. Externally rotate to the right. Gaze moves towards your left. Yeah, and those of us reaching for the toes here, go ahead and let the knee bend a little bit if that lets you stand up a bit taller. Bring it all the way to center, dancing Shiva. Switch your grip, and you're going to twist towards your right side. Drishti can travel with you one point to the next. Nice focus. Slowly bring it back to center. Send it back again. Airplane, you got it. We're just kind of dancing through these. So no, you won't be here for long. Reach the center of your chest forward. Now walk your hands all the way down toward the mat. Standing splits or handstand hops, your choice. If you're working in the standing splits, keep your toes pointed down toward the mat so you're getting the maximum stretch through your hamstring. Yeah, just like that. Take another hop or two here, another breath or two, and both feet to the floor. Inhale, extended mountain. Standing leg raise on your left. Knee, toe, or strap. Really flex your foot here and then open. Walk your gaze one point at a time all the way over your fingertips. Bring it back towards center, dancing Shiva. Switch your grip, twist toward your left. And then know the more focused that drishti is, the easier the balance gets. Bring it back towards center, airplane. Send your foot straight back. Dial those toes down toward the mat. Nice, and then keep them there as you start to walk your fingertips down toward the mat. Handstand hops or work on that standing split. You also have the option here, if you need a little bit more opening in the hip, you can open it toward the ceiling to lift your leg up higher. Nice, keep the knee bent as you reach up in your hop. Take one or two more. Both feet to the ground. Plant yourself, inhale, extended mountain at the top. And then take dancer pose on your right. We got one dancer on each side tonight, so make it your biggest right away. Grab for the inside of the knee, where knees together. Press straight back as you reach your heart forward. And then we've got two different types of balanced action happening in these equanimity poses. The action of your foot pressing back and your chest reaching forward. That's going to hold you at center over top of your standing leg. Switch sides. Grab for the inside of the left and then press it back. And then the second type of balanced action we're creating here is the sthira sukha, the effort and the ease. The effort is in the pressing back and the lifting up of your belly button. The ease right here can be the balance. It could be ease in your face. You got two more breaths. One more in. Both feet to the ground. Tree pose, right side. Foot can be anywhere. Down by your ankle, up on the inside of your thigh. And then as your own best teacher, only you know how this feels. Where could you pull in? Where might you be able to add some pressing down? And lastly, how could you get a little bit taller in the pose? Nice focus. Switch sides. Keep the drishti where it's at. Left side tree. And then as you find your foundation here, take your arm expression, whichever one you choose, and then ask yourself those same 3 questions. Where can I pull in? Where could I press down? And where can I lift up? One more breath in. Both feet to the mat. Inhale, extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, step or hop. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, triangle pose. Take up a lot of room on your mat here, front to back. You want to feel that you've got a really big base at the bottom of your triangle. Now, as you start to fold forward here or hinge forward, feel for lateral flexion on the right side of your body. So, how could you create it right here that your hip and your armpit are one straight line apart rather than like a rainbow? Yeah, for some of us, that means the fingertips come up onto the higher setting on the block or to the shin. Nice adjustments, a way to hold yourselves accountable. On the inhale, come on up, side facing wide leg forward fold. We'll take some ninja lunges on this side. So 10 toes to the left side of your mat. You choose how you get side to side. Maybe the toes on the opposite foot come up as you reach your hips toward the one side. Challenge your hips to stay low here as you move side to side. So keep them about knee height. Nice, get complete. Even on both sides, and then come all the way up to stand. Triangle to your left. We're just going to switch the feet. So toward the back of your mat, left foot is now, yep. And then we want to create that same thing on this side. Feel for the lateral flexion that might be happening on the left side of your body. See how you could make that a straight line rather than a rainbow. Nice, press through your big toe mound of your left foot so you can start to feel that external rotation happening in your thigh bone. That's going to pull your bottom hip closer to the center of your mat. Side facing wide leg forward fold, 10 toes to the left side of your mat. We'll take some twists here this time. So keeping the bottom half of the body stationary, place one hand in the center of your chest on the floor. Reach the opposite arm to the ceiling, twisting to one side and then the other. Keep a little bend in both knees. And see if you can get your weight here into your hips and into your heels so that the bottom half of the body doesn't move as you're making the twist. Okay, it really takes something for the hips to be stationary here. Get complete on both sides. On your next inhale, rise to stand. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, extended mountain. Maybe go for the back bend here. And fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, step or hop back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Roll yourself all the way out to a high plank. And to the count of 5, we lower for 5, 4, squeeze the elbows in, 2, 1, all the way down, locust pose. Press your hips down into the mat. Let the chest and the toes lift up a few inches. Integrate your shoulders here, really pull them together behind you so you can feel your scapula moving together on your back, almost giving your spine a hug. Yes, one more breath in. Lower all the way down. Feet side to side if they need it. Locust pose number 2. Tuck the toes this time and keep the balls of your feet on the floor. Take your locust and reach forward toward the front of the room. Press down so much in your feet that maybe you could lift just another inch. One more big breath in. Come all the way down. Feet side to side. Floor bow. We'll do 2. So if you want to do 1 foot at a time, perfectly fine, or grab for both, the insides or the outsides of your ankles. Press your shins back. Let that lift your chest up. Yeah, so feel all the work happening here in your legs. Your shoulders are doing nothing. Your glutes are not helping. Let your legs bear the brunt of this. And then come all the way to the floor. Feet side to side. Floor bow number 2. Press down, rise up. Both feet again or opposite foot this time. Everyone, squeeze your knees together. Let that open up the back of your pelvis so your lumbar spine stays long. Yes, just like that, Brittany. One more breath. Lower all the way down. Feet side to side. Place your hands at your lowest ribs. Up dog on your inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale. 1 camel pose tonight. Bring your knees all the way down to the floor. Shoulders over hips, hips over knees. Hands in your back pockets to send your chest to the ceiling. Pull your shoulders onto your back to give yourself extra space to breathe. Press your thoracic spine up toward the ceiling, the space right between your shoulder blades. On your next inhale, rise up and out, take downward facing dog. Press your hips all the way up and back. Get as much length as you can. On your inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and hover. Hop to a seat in the center of your mat. Staff pose, feet out in front. Arms out in front like a mummy. Start to create a little C-shaped curve in your spine. Belly pulled in tight. Start to lower down on your exhales. On your inhale, take a pause. Exhale, lower a few more inches. You take your time, preferably as much time as you can, to make it all the way down toward the floor. And once you get there, bridge pose. And if you're still working the abs, go for it. I salute you for still working the abs. Press down, rise up in your bridge. Equal weight in both heels. Place your feet on 12 o'clock. Now place all of the weight into your left foot. Let your right foot get light. Press it up toward the ceiling. We're going to lower the hips down to the mat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lift on up, replace your right foot. All the weight now into your right foot. Let your left foot get light. And tap the hips to the ground for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Replace your left foot, lower all the way down to the floor. Knees side to side if they need it. Press down, rise up, bridge pose number 2. Knees come in towards center here, so they're headed straight out from your hip sockets. We're going to lower the hips to the ground, both sides at the same time now for 1, 2, give your glutes a little squeeze at the top, 3, 4, 5, come all the way down, 3 more, bridge or wheel, you choose. Press down, rise up, and stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, breath in and out. Inhale as you rise. Lift and spread your toes. And if you're looking for something extra, maybe lift the heels. See what's there. Lower all the way down. Breath in and out. Last one. Inhale, rise, bridge or wheel. Set your drishti on one spot. Bring your breath back into the pose. Use your inhale to lift. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles together, knees wide. Reset your breath. In all the way, feel the pause. And then empty all the way, feel the pause. Dead bug or happy baby. Pull your knees down towards your armpits. Yeah, create this here that your shoulders can be heavy on the floor, as well as your hips being heavy on the floor. Feet to the ceiling. Let's do it. Stability. Lower your right leg halfway down toward the floor. Switch. And switch. Your pace. Let your belly muscles be the driving force here. So for some of us, that's going to mean taking a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send them up. Exhale, lower 30 degrees toward the floor. 30 degrees more. Hover 2 inches above the mat. Lift your shoulders. Count your toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send them up. Exhale, lower 30. 30 degrees more. Press your heels forward. Lower to hover 2 inches above the mat. Pendulum swing side to side. Take them all the way up. Last one. Exhale, lower 30. You've got it in you. 30 more. Down toward the floor. Big circles one way, and then the other way, and then the other way again. One more. You got it. All the way up. Hug your knees. Rock back and forth 3 times. We'll meet all the way up in boat. Reach your hands all the way out. As much as you can, extend your heels forward. Here we are in high boat. Let's go to low boat. Down as far as you can. Inhale, high boat, pull in your belly. Low boat. Yeah, breathe. Inhale, high boat. Low boat. High boat. Slow boat. High boat last time. Hug your knees, rock back and forth. Go ahead and go to half pigeon on your right, on your belly or on your back, however that needs to manifest tonight. Your muscles are so warm, and now we're going to let them open. Let your hips fall down toward the floor. And then using your proprioception, notice what's going on with the back ankle. Is it falling in? Is it falling out? Is it right at center? Walk your elbows or your fingertips a little further toward or past the front of your mat. Switch sides. Can move through a down dog. You can swing the leg around however you get there. And then see what there is to give up here so you can start to let the tension go between your shoulders and anything else that might be holding you back from letting the floor just support you here. Keep the left foot as flexed as possible. And then take stock of that back foot. Are we leaning in? Are we leaning out? We want to find that, what is it, the mama bear spot or the baby bear spot right in the middle. Swing your leg all the way around for seated single leg extension. Move any squish that you need to squish. And see here that your hips are toward the front of your mat. There are other benefits and a lot of benefits to taking your leg all the way out here. But see what we can create by bringing it straight forward. Inhale to lift. And then exhale to start to fold. Bending the knee as much as we need to here to create a connection between the low belly and the top of the thigh. So you can retract your shoulders, pull them back, and lengthen out your spine. Switch sides. Left leg in front. Square to the front of the mat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold forward. Create that long forward fold spine here with a little bend in the knees. And retract the shoulders straight back. Seated forward fold, both legs out front. Maybe even more bend in the knees here. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold forward. Use that visual here of getting your chest closer to your knees or closer to your toes rather than getting your nose closer to your shins. Release your toes, tabletop or reverse plank. Plant the soles of your feet into the floor, fingertips towards your heels, press down. Find the biggest stretch you can down the whole front side of your body. And lower all the way to your mat. Fish pose, grab for your block, place it between your shoulder blades lengthwise, or you can use your elbows here. If you're looking to add a little bit of spice here at the end and you've got your elbows underneath of you or a soft block, go ahead, lift the toes out and up to create flying fish. Yes. Press through your feet. See how high off the floor you can get them. One more big breath in. I know that's a lot on the abs. Let that go. Let fish feel good. Roll to your right side to release your block, your elbows. And let's get upside down. Headstand, handstand, shoulder stand, waterfall, however you want to do it. We're going to get our feet above our hips, hips possibly above the heart. Create your foundation first, wherever it is that you're going. Press everything that's touching the floor down. So for shoulder stands coming up, really press your triceps down into the floor. We've got some basket headstands going on in here. Everyone pull your front ribs in towards center. Nice. Can you press your heels to the ceiling? Flex your feet. Pull in skin to muscle to bone on your legs. Everyone. Let your muscles really work and pump that blood. Basket headstands and other full inversions. Take another breath or two. Make your way to a child's pose. Shoulder stands can move to plow. Bring your knees down around your ears for deaf yogi. And then use your arms as brakes to roll all the way out onto your mat. When your hips touch, hug your knees into center and drop them to your right side for a supine twist. Brittany, feel free to dim your lights if you'd like to, or take whatever you've prepared for yourself for Shavasana. Take your knees to the opposite side. Everyone in studio here has a cold eye towel. Feel free to reach for that when you are ready for it. And come to center, Supta Baddha Konasana. Use this time to set up for your Shavasana. So if something like legs up the wall would feel good, you could start moving there. If you're going to take traditional Shavasana, pull your shoulders up underneath of you here, kind of nestle them underneath. And then take that little pelvic tilt, lift your hips up an inch off the mat, press your tailbone towards your heels and lower. Nice Shavasana, legs and arms out long and wide. Take any little movements that you need to so that you can be completely supported by the floor. I'll share today's journey to the heart passage titled Stay in the Present Moment. Stay in the present moment because that's where you'll find life's magic. How overwhelmed we feel when we anticipate the future, all that needs doing, all the tasks, the work, the potential problems, the responsibilities, how tired we become when we dwell on what we've done already, the energy that we've expended, and sometimes imperfect results. Yes, sometimes we need to stay in the present, or to stay in the present, we need to visit the past to clear out an old feeling, to heal an old limiting belief. But keep that visit brief. Sometimes, of course, we need to think about the future, to make commitments, to plan, to envision where we want to go. But to linger there for very long can cause unrest. It can spoil the moment that we're in now. Stay in the present moment, and the past and the future will fall naturally and easily into place. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring some small movements back to your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists and your ankles. Make your way toward a full body stretch, fingers in one direction, toes in the other. And hug it into center. Bring your knees to your forehead. Rock to your right side for infant's pose. Send your body gratitude for all the hard work it did and all the work it does for you every single day. Send yourself gratitude for doing the hard work of showing up to your mat. Send the yogis around you and at home some gratitude for showing up and doing it with you. And take a moment to receive that gratitude. Press your left hand into the floor to rise to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed or drishti settled on one spot. On an inhale, we'll reach for the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your chest so you can feel the vibration. And we'll end with one Om together. Breath in. Thumb knuckles rise to third eye center. We bow and acknowledge each other. Namaste. Great work, yogis. Thank you so much, Brittany and little yogis and all the other at-home yogis. Thank you for inviting us into your space. Thank you, yogis here, for showing up and doing the thing. I do have a couple more of the sweat towels to give out. So if you haven't taken that community survey yet, watch your eyes. There is a QR code at the end of the cubbies that you can scan. It just takes a couple of minutes to let us know how you use the studios, how we can help you reach your goals, and maybe some things you might want to see Evolution do in the future. And then I'll send you home with a free sweat towel. So thank you for your participation.